Hello everyone, Paddy here, and I am back with another Lego build, and it is another Lego Ideas set. Some reason the Lego Ideas sets, it's almost as if the fans know what they're doing. I managed to pick up this set, well in fact it was bought for me as a Christmas present, and I like space. Very simple thing, I like space. I have this, I have the Saturn V still to build, and I have a knockoff bootlegger spaceship over there. I've got the nano block spaceship to come. But anyway, what we've got coming is not what we've got now. We've got this one. So this is the Women of NASA, which is I can't remember how many pieces it is, but it's some of the women that made NASA what it is. So I am going to build this and then get to reviewing. So there we are, all built. Really cool little set, well worth its price. I remember it being fairly cheap, but this is a cool little build. Now, obviously, we'll get to the big thing in the middle. As with all the Lego Ideas sets, the manuals get a little bit of extra polish to them. They don't just get the build, they get bios for the designer, because obviously it's designed by fans, and bios of the people at LEGO that turn the fan creations into something sellable. But with this one, you get a little bit of background onto each of these women of NASA. So some of these I'm going to have to rely on information here. But the first one, now my day job is as a consultant, software consultant. I used to be a programmer, and this image is one of, in fact she should be stood there like that, but that's not going to how it's going to be permanently displayed, is very well known from anybody who's a fan of the Apollo landings and a coder in general nerds. That blue and white stack there is supposed to represent the stack of source code from the Apollo spacecraft. Margaret Hamilton was one of the coders, one of the main coders for the software, what little software there was that ran the Apollo ships. Meaning that without her code, we would not have landed on the moon. And the stack of code, where there's in fact it's that picture there, wonderful picture of her stood next to the code set for that ship, and it's as tall as her. Very cool little build. It shows what's needed. And yeah. Over here we have Nancy Grace. Now she's a much older woman of NASA, very, very early days of NASA, and helped in founding it. She was Chief Astronomy for the Office of Space and Science, and she was the first woman to hold an executive position at NASA. Now, I don't know her all that well. Nice little satellite with her. It's satellite telescope. Oh, it's the Hubble. Ah, she's famous for her work on planning the Hubble Space Telescope. So that is Hubble. That makes sense. And the picture there, which is on a printed tile, is clearly meant to be one of the first pictures that Hubble took. That's very cool. That makes a lot more sense now. I don't pretend to know much about it other than thinking they're very cool sets to have. Here, the big one, we have Sally Ride, who was an astronaut, first space flights, flew aboard the Challenger shuttle, used robotic arm in space, and I think she was one of the first women in space. And the other character, Sally Ride's on this side with a picture, camera, and Mae Jemison is this one, who was she's a recent astronaut and continuing in the Women in NASA thing. In the middle of them is a build for the shuttle, and considering how few bricks they had, get off the bottom there. Considering how few bricks they had, they've done an incredibly good job of simulating the shuttle. What is slightly more impressive, you'll never do this again, so that is, it actually has not just the separation of the boosters from the main shuttle, but it can eject them. I managed to break it there. It can eject the liquid fuel cells from the solid fuel cell. Put it all back together. Come on. Click, click. So there we go. And that stands in the middle of them too. That's a very cool display. So these are going on my shelf. They are literally just going to go on the shelf and be displayed. I am very impressed with this set. I'm very happy to have it, and suggest anybody with kids that are even remotely interested in space get this. I'm not even going to put a gender on that, just anybody with kids who are interested in space should have this set. It's only about 20 odd quid, so it's worth having. And with that, I'm going to go. I've got other spacecraft to build, and you'll see them soon. Bye for now.